Today I'm going to continue working on the plugin that I started last week, which is a plugin to introduce an advanced query loop variation for the query loop block. What we kind of ended up with last week was we added post meta, which is like this. So just like a stream duration and a stream value, and I think I had it working like something like that, right? And that didn't work, and it was like not equal to, then I should be able to get a bunch of this stuff, and it's great. So I started working on that. The other thing I did add was post count and offset, because this isn't part of it, which I thought was a little redonkulous. So we want to have multiple posts, right? So I set a limit of a minimum of 1 and a limit of 10, which that's the default amount that you get with WP query. But I'm wondering, I should probably set that up higher. Like I can't get it past 10, but maybe 20. I don't really know. I don't really know how many posts people would want to show in one query loop block. I certainly don't want to show all of them, because that's not realistic. So I added that, but then I started working on something else. I started working on adding a more complicated query. So if we look at the way the WP query handles more complicated parameters, so if you look at the custom field, so we can do it this way, where we have a meta key, meta value num, meta compare, all that sort of stuff. But you can really get into some cool queries if you start to do things that look like this. So we have a meta query, which is an array, and then each item in that array is also an array which carries a key, a value, and a compare. And then you can actually start to get really complicated, where you have queries like this, where it's like, I want to have a meta query and the relation is or, so I want to have something where the key is color, the value is not like blue, or the key is price and the value is between these things. Right? So you can get pretty complicated with it. So I started working through that, and that's kind of where I ended up. So I think I'll probably end up continue down that road. So where am I? So basically I'm just adding meta values. You can see that I have really rough UI, and then this thing here. I'm gonna keep working through here, and then I think I got to the point where I was it was kind of working on the front end. So if we go stream duration, meta value is what, let's say we want, oh, where am I? That's not what I want. Hello. That's so weird that it's doing that. Okay. That really wants to steal my duration. Why does it jump me down there? Weird. I bet there's problems with the keys or something. Let me look. Well, that's something I gotta figure out. Anyhow, so I'm gonna keep working through this today. I'm gonna move myself over here, because I think this is probably gonna be where most of the code stuff is gonna sit. Okay, cool. So where am I? Index, that's variation controls, and the controls post. So I got in here is where I'm working right now. You know that feeling when you've been working on something and then you're like, I don't remember how it works, and I don't know where to start. That's where I am at this point now. I'm gonna delete this. I just want to get started from the beginning, so I should be able to get... What the deuce? Yeah, who's that? Kevin. You're a little sneaker. Only Kevin does that. I think he's the only one that knows it exists. Okay, so I'm gonna switch this over to stream. I hit update. Okay, so now this shouldn't be here until there's more than one, I think. Because it doesn't make any sense if you just have a single query. So I'm gonna add a query. It's gonna do this. We're gonna go to stream duration. Right, I'm gonna say it's equal. Okay, so it's not equal, so I get other things. Okay, so that works. I wanna check on the front end now. So this clearly doesn't work. Okay, we gotta figure that part out. So let's look at the PHP. If you remember from last week, we've got two parts that kind of make up how all this work. So we've got this filter, which handles the, this handles the, on the block editor side. And I'm just now realizing I'm gonna have to add this for every available post type, because right now it's just, this is only applying to my Twitch stream post type, which is not gonna be all that helpful. This handles when things get updated in the block editor. This little filter handles that basically. And this part handles the front end. So the front end is not working right at the moment. So I got to figure out why that is. I want to look at a couple of things here. So I want to look at what query is, because we return, I don't really even know what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm gonna do the var dump. No. Var dump custom query. But I'm just going to do query. I just want to see what's coming in with this query. Why is that yelling at me? Oh, I know what that's on. Okay, cool. So if I come over to the front end and I refresh this, I should get, that's annoying. I go print. Is that going to, I can't remember, PHP. Oh, no. Get lost. Why is that not looking nice? I want it to be formatted. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. Whoa, what? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got the post type is to a stream. Order is descending. Order by, post not in, offset, post per page is 3. Okay, so those are all the default queries things that are coming through. So that's this. I'm going to change this to default query because this is sort of, yeah. So we're going to go default query, right? And then okay. So then I want to then see what's in my custom query. See what's in there. Oh, print R. Oh yeah, you're right. Thanks. Print. Can I do print R? And I think if I pass it to this returns, right? Is that, yeah? So then I can go like this. I want a I want to pre-format it. That's what I want. Welcome to Basic PHP Debugging with Ryan, where I don't know what I'm doing or how to do it properly. That's what I want right there. So okay, so this is the stuff that I am doing here. So this is all the regular stuff, right? That's being kind of inherited. I don't know why it's coming in as right here, the attributes query. And what we want to do, so this is the same, is this not the same query? What the heck, man? What the heck? Let's do this again. I'm going to put a little thing in there, but I'm going to do, you know, like this. And then I'm going to put default query. And I want to compare these two queries because, nope, that is not right. There we go. Refresh this. So this is a default query. We go post type, order, post not in. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. This is the stuff that's being sent to the actual WP query. And these are things, because per page is not correct. This has to look like this, post per page, and pages, offset, post type, that sort of stuff. Okay, so this is sort of the PHP stuff. So I need to grab, this is what I've sort of been adding. I kind of been adding this stuff. So I added meta query, which is an array, and then that array has got a queries. And then that's an array. But why am I doing that? Oh, I know why, because when I have the relationship, I need to have relationship in there too. So what I need to get out of here is, this needs to not go, okay. So then I should be able to do one of these, like that. Nope. Like that. Oh my God, come on, got it. Nah. And then, but I want to look at meta queries. So this should be building up my meta queries, right? So meta queries is an array, key, value, compare, and that should match what I have going on here. Key, value, compare. Okay. Okay, so that's correct. And so what I want to have happen then is I want to return the default query. And I want it to look basically like this. I want it to be, I'm going to merge the default query, and I'm going to add custom args, I guess. Right? That should be what I need. And this can go, but I want to basically steal this. And I'm going to go new query equals array merge, all that crap, and I'll put the new query in here and take a look at that, and then I'll just see where that goes. Why is this, what is this complaining about? Oh, because there's a die statement up there. That'll do it every day. Every day. So, oh, critical error on the website. That's why. Semicolons. So this should be okay. So that should be correct. All right, so if we look at meta query, the relation is optional, so I don't have it in there. And I've got an array of key value compare. And I've got array of key value compare. Maybe I'll, so that filter didn't really work, I guess. What? This should be weird. Okay, anyways, well, let's not do this. And I will just return the new query. And we'll see the little dollar sign. Nope, not percentage, dollar sign. So hopefully this should now, oh wait, this should show me this one thing. It does, perfect, okay, sweet, it works, it's working, cool, awesome. Okay, so that seems to be working. So now what I want to be able to do is I want to add another meta key. Wait, stand by, what does this thing say? Oh, no, sorry. Is this actually, oh, that is there, so it's not empty. Okay, so there's something I have to fix here for sure. Because I will fix that in a minute. Okay, anyways, blah. What I have to fix here is I want to be able to not select a compare. So for example, if I'm in here, this should say like I need to choose compare the same way as I have here, which will leave it as an empty string. And then if it's an empty string, my array filters should filter out that key. So we shouldn't need it. So I might just fix that right now real quick. Post meta control is going to be, oh yeah, so we're going to go, now we're going to do this. Choose meta, I'll change to meta value. I need one of these just up here. Where did I put that? Right there. Oh, choose whatever compare. Okay, so I'm gonna refresh this. Hopefully, it should still work. Yeah, it does. Okay, I'll grab this. Now I want to make sure. So I choose compare. I update. I just want to see what happens in here. I need to kill that again. This is for. Okay, cool. So what I was wanting to make sure was that if I didn't have a compare option, it didn't show up. Now it might be a bit pedantic. Because the default, I'm pretty sure the default value for it is equal. So if I just have it equal, like if I have this just set to that by default, then that kind of makes sense. But I'm just wondering if it's, I don't know. Are there any UI folks watching here that can, like, is it better to not force them to? Like, you know, if the query default is it equals, then that should just be the default value? That's the question. Here's my rationale. If I'm presenting somebody with a UI component, if I'm presenting them with a control, this is saying choose one of these. Okay. But if I don't know which one I should choose, or if I don't care, or if I don't want to change it, should it just be the default, or should it just not be part of the query, and we'll let the default query parameters get handled by WP query? That's my sort of idea. What I want to do now is I want to add another one of these. So I'm going to add another one of these, and I'm going to say stream date, and I'm going to say whatever, stream date. I'm going to say this won't make any sense because this is not set properly, but I'm just going to put that value. I'll just leave that and update this. I want to see what comes in with this query. And I don't think this query date. Okay. Key value. Awesome. All right. So this is building the query. This date value is not gonna work at all. I need to. This is where this whole thing's gonna fall down a little bit. I need to get a little. I'm gonna go look at the database here. Open it. Minor is post meta. Select data. I'm gonna go search. We're gonna meta key is equal to what is it? Stream date. So okay, cool. So if I put that in there, I should get something. So let's see what happens if I put that in there. Oh, it's not. Of course, I have to see what post is. Okay. Oh, no. I'm just gonna go into my streams. I'm gonna put okay, short duration. What does it have? What post is this? Post 331, and then I go in here. Post. Oh, sorry, 331. Okay, I'll put that in there. That's actually a published post. So hopefully, oh, I think it's because I have this. So if I put that in there. Oh, I wonder, okay, let me back up. Okay, let me see what this is doing. My guess right now is that this is failing because this is trying to be an and. So if I add, well, poll ended, okay, 100% of you think it should be a default value, so I'm gonna just go ahead and undo what I just did right here. Done. Simple. Okay, so meta query is gonna be, meta query. What's the structure of meta query when I have, so meta query is an array, and it's gonna say relation, and it's gonna be an array of items. So that's interesting. So I'm gonna need to do, oh, I know what I need to do. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna go relation. Is it relation? What is the thing? Or is it gonna be an or? Let me set this to or. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm hard coding this for now because I have to go back and do this, but I'm thinking that why this isn't working here is because I haven't, it's an and. Please tell me that, oh, why? Okay, let's look. Okay, let's see. So stream duration, stream date is like, I'm gonna just get rid of this. What just happened? Weird. Something ain't right here. Okay. I'm gonna delete this. Add a new one. It's query loop. Start blank. Sure. We're gonna set the stream. I'm gonna say, okay, and here I want stream date to be equal to that. And that works. Okay. Okay, that works. Let's look at this. So we get relation is or, and then we've got this array, key and stream date. Okay, so I want to add, what am I doing? I want to add another one. And I need to do it here apparently. So let's hide that again and refresh this. And then, okay, grab this. Oops. There we go. So I'm gonna go like that, and it's gonna be stream duration. And I know there's one set to an hour. Okay. And update. And I want to see what the query is looking like. I think something's afoot. Okay. Stream date, stream duration. It's weird. Why am I not getting any results? Ew. I know why. I'll tell you why. Let me tell you a story, friends. When you're editing code, you edit it in the correct place or things won't work. True story. Very true story, because I was editing it on the front end, not in the back end. I'm like, why is it not working? So let's give it a whirl and see what that's all about. Let's see what that's all about. Come on, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I was editing it in the wrong place because I'm a dope. And great, so I need to get this now. So I can do that because I've already sort of got this thing set up in here. So what I want to do is I want to be able to get, man, this is getting super. dupa. Meta query relation. So I'm going to come in here and I want it to go, I'm going to choose relationship and set it to or. Actually, I'm going to set it to and right now. And I want to update. So then I need, this is not going to work because it doesn't, but it's just not going to work. Where am I here? So in here, I need to get query param meta query, and I need to get, I'm going to say meta relation. That should work, I think. Relation is this again. Meta. What do I save it as? Save it as relation. Okay, so I need to say relation, and then of course with an N, because that's how you spell it in the Queen's English, or the King's English now, I guess. Yep. Okay, so hopefully now this should work. This should work now. Let's see. Okay, so let me just come in here, and I want to do this. And I don't know actually if my UI is going to update that correctly. So no results found. We're going to do this. Stream. So this is set to and. If I set this to or, you son of a bitch. Okay, let's just see. That's not going to show it here, is it? Oh no, sorry, that's completely the wrong place to be doing that because it's hard coded. I think up here somewhere it is. Yeah. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to basically do this like that, but I want to do it in new query. Return new query with the $, VS Code. Why do you do that? Just copy the whole thing. Anyhow, all right, so if I'm in here now, I should, get it. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. I knew that was going to happen. I was just testing to make sure that everyone else was paying attention. Okay, so let's see. This should fail. That's expected because I am killing the network. And then in here I should be able to get the response. Here it is. So meta query. So meta query is not getting. It's not getting. That word. Oh my God! It's not getting the relation added. Now why is that? Is it being filtered out because it's empty? Huh. Let's look and see what maybe the params are named incorrectly. Meta query relation is it's right there. Oh, standby. Meta query. Okay. So this is going to be like this. That's going to be like that because right. That makes sense because I added it actually as part of the. So the payload, let me explain this a little better. The payload that I'm creating is essentially inside the query object, inside the query attribute of the block. I'm essentially adding a bunch of other items. This allows me to not have to register new block attributes for this. I can just do it inside the query object, which is an object, and I can do whatever I want in there. So I'm adding meta query, but then inside of that, I'm pointing at my screen. Can you believe that? I'm literally like, hey, follow my finger. So I have meta query here, and then I'm adding the relation inside of meta query. So to get it, I have meta query here. I need to go meta query relation, and that's Robert's your father's brother, as they say. So now let's refresh this. Hopefully, with a little luck, we get it's probably broken because I'm probably still killing it. So let's see. So here is the response. Response is, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. Can you all see that? Sorry. Let me zoom in. So basically I'm just killing the response. So this should give me the relation I need, and then those things. So if I come back in here and I don't die, it's a funny thing to say. And I'm just going to, I should hopefully be able to refresh this. And I should now respect that query. And it does. And that makes me a happy camper. So if I change this to and, it's going to break because there is no results found. So let's test that. I'm already noticing something here that I'm not super happy about. Might need Kevin to swoop in and save me. Meta stream date, stream duration. This is changing, but we'll figure that out later. Okay, so if I go into whatever post had this, right? This is what post 331, which is, where did I find that one? We're gonna go into streams, edit, and we're gonna give this one a stream duration of 1 hour. No, we're not. I'm not going to change anything on this. I'm going to just do this. And then I'm going to change my query here. So if I want my query to be 30 minutes, right, this is an and theory, so I'm going to go 30. What was the, oh, that's what it was, okay. Like that. There we go. So now this is an and, right? So we've got short duration, and so we've got a stream date of a specific time, and we've got meta value of a specific, so we're getting this. If I change it to or, I should now get 2 posts. Shouldn't I? Oh no. No, I need to add another. Okay, I just don't have a data set. Hold on, I'm gonna create a new data set. Add new, I'm gonna say another 30-minute duration. I'm gonna put 30 minutes in. Oh, not that. Here's 0, 30. Here's 0. If I publish this now, yes, publish. Now hopefully, I should now get 2 posts in here instead of just 1. There we go. So we got, these are both 30 minutes now. This is an or, so I want anything that's on this date or this meta value. If I want both, I should get just 1 because it's on this date with that meta value. Yes, there we go. Awesome. Okay, update. Now I got to get the front end working because the front end is not working at all. The front end just, oh, is it? Wait a minute. No, because it's hard coded. So the front end is the part that's not working. So in here, let's start taking a look at this. I want to see what shows up in here. So in here, I've got meta, I've got queries, and I've got relations right here. Oh, I see. So okay, so queries and relation are at the same level, which is correct. That makes sense. So we got relation is going to be, where am I getting this? Queries. So I just have to do this. Right, and this should be relation. Right? 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 What is this? Meta queries is, oh, right, okay, I don't really care about that. So, okay, so is that correct though? Where am I? I got 1, okay, so cool. I'm gonna set this to or now, update this, and I should get these 2. I did, sweet, sweet, sweet. So what do we think? What do we think of that? So there's a few things that I want to clean up. First of all, I hate this. I don't like this interface. I don't know how much I can really change about it given the size of the available space to work with. And I think I'm using these, but I think I want to change these into text buttons as opposed to just like icon buttons, because I think I'm gonna do this, because right now I'm using an icon, and I don't know. We'll see. Let me put some text in here. Do I have that? I'm gonna say this is gonna be like remove query. All right, remove what do we call this? Meta query, I guess. Yeah. I need that. Right. So look at this now. So if I look at this, and now I come down here, this should be a button, and it needs to be is secondary. Oh, variant is what I'm looking for. So not value, variant. Secondary. 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 And I need to do that. Okay, cool. And so let's see. So I want to just a button. So when I click this, it removes that from the queries altogether. And that I think I can figure that out fairly straightforward. So this is a remove meta query. So if I click that, it does nothing. That's great. All right. So when I click this, you know what? I gotta look at the dev docs because I don't necessarily think I'm using button correctly. So in packages, in components, in source, I'm gonna need to go to button, and I want to see what options are on button. So we got this example that they're showing. Secondary. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm doing. Disabled, href variant, destructive. Oh yeah, I want that. Because that is destructive. We're gonna put that in there. Why not? Where'd that go? Is destructive. Let's see what that looks like. That's cool. All right, so that's kind of red. What other? Is there anything else in here that is pressed, is busy, focus, target, class name, icon, icon size, icon position, text. Huh. So why would I have text? Oh, because you want to show text sort of before. I get it. Okay, I don't need that. So that's gonna remove it. So I want to do like a, what is it, on click. Let's say remove. Oh, come on. Remove me. So this should give me though. All right, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab this. If I come in here, I should get a little remove me click. I do. Okay. So what I did when I built these, I added some UUIDs. I added some IDs to it. So if you look at when down here at the bottom, where am I? So down here at the bottom, I have a button, and that button adds a new query. And so what it's doing is it's setting a bunch of empty values, and then I'm using this UUID v4. I'm using this to generate IDs for these, and I'm also using it for, yeah. So then now I can find this and I can basically filter that out and save it. If that makes sense. So that's what I'm using. I don't know if that's a good library or not. I've used it in the past, but I am old and not up to date on the JavaScripts. So my plan down here is to do something like remove, like something like this, right? Because I have this remove, and then I cannot remember what I called it. It's a prop that gets passed in here, and I think it's called ID. So I'm going to use ID. So this should remove the ID, should tell me what the ID is, and then the idea is I'm going to remove it. So, you know, basic CRUD operation. Remove ID that thing, remove ID this thing, they're different IDs. Okay. So if I now come in and I get I should from, and I want to do like basically queries. I want to make sure my queries are kept up to date. Because when I add a new query, it should actually be updating the, when I do that, it should be updating. Right? So then I've got, oh yeah, so I've got 3 items in there. That's fine. Okay, great. So then what I should be able to do, right? It's an array, is it not? Yeah, I should be able to go like this. Const updated queries filter, and we'll go okay, that's pretty amazing. What? Oh, right, I need that. right? Set, and then, oh, I need another one of these. This. Boom. So that should give me my updated queries. So I should only have, so I should be able to console log. I use console table. I literally never use console table. Somebody showed me that the other day, and I was like, that's so cool. I don't know, whatever. it's cool because I'm a nerd. All right, gonna grab this, gonna grab this, gonna grab this, come over here, and then I want to go to that. And if I go remove meta query, I should have that, and that should give me one item, right? Okay. So then if I go and I update, call set attributes on this, right? Updated queries, I should be able to do that. This should all go, and this should all go, and hopefully I can now add and remove queries. Miss the stream? Oh yeah, that's me. All right, so let's see what we got here. So we come in here. It's if I remove this now, this should go away, and I should only have stream date left. Boom, and it does. That makes me happy. So this seems to be working. So now the only thing I have in here is, so let's do stream duration. I'm gonna set this to, I just kind of know what this data is. The problem that I'm gonna be dealing with here is that you're gonna have to know the values, your meta values a little bit better. In the sense of like, you're gonna have to know, like if this is a date, for example, like I've got some stuff where I've got a stream date, so I have to know that it's formatted like this, right? Otherwise I'm not going to be able to find it, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, we can do some things, expand the plugin out, so like, you know, it's a date field, well then here's a date picker and things like that, right? But that also is going to depend on the values that you're saving. Like if you're using the Gutenberg date picker like this one, that it'll save a specific way, but if you're not, it's coming in some customized way, that'll be a bit more complicated. Yeah. Okay, so this seems to be working. So what I want to have happen now is if there's only one of these, I don't want to show query relationship. I think that's what I want to do. That's going to be pretty straightforward, and that is in here, and I might need to break some of this stuff up. Okay, so in here, I want to go like this. I want to say queries dot length is greater than 1, and then I will display this. Right? And I should be able to take that select control out of there. I'll drop it in here. I need to spell length correctly. Still can't spell it correctly, and we go. So now hopefully this should only show up if I've got more than one meta query. So in here, grab this. Okay, so in here, okay, so I've only got one. So if I add another one, there we go. And that automatically shows up there. Now if I remove that, it does that. Okay. So there's a couple things I need to figure out here. Okay, so this is really ugly. And okay, what is this? Okay, yeah, I like that. I am gonna just use that, I think. Get rid of this. Okay. So this is going to get pretty hairy. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a couple of things here. So one thing I did notice is I'm going to have to add this for each registered post type, I think, because like, for example, wait, does this post actually work? I added a really simple control. I'm going to delete this and just do a different one. Let's go away. And it's going to add advanced. Start blank, set date and title, and then I'm just going to set it to post. So this should, oh, this is working. Okay, great. I think that's working because I'm changing. So there's two parts to this things that, so, and what makes this a bit confusing is because if we look at for example, in my theme, variations, where I register a variation, we have access to these things. All of these, we have access to these when we're creating our own variation. So if we these are the items that are in the query. So if we want to change some of this stuff, we can pretty easily change it. Like I'm just changing per page. So like if we look at the controls in my advanced query loop, and I look at the post count controls. So this is the post per page. All I'm doing is updating the post per page in there, and then the block is handling the rest. I don't have to do any magic in the PHP side because it's already supporting that. So the only time I have to get into here is when I'm doing stuff that's a bit more complicated. Like if we want to query by date, for example, we're going to have to do it in here because there is no, I don't think it's supported. And if I can find that stupid thing again, I will show you. Not there. Where is it? Where is it? In here. Like there's no date. There's no, you can order by date, but I don't think you can search by date. So that's that. So what do we think? I think this is, oh wait, all right. So the thing that I want to do is I have to go like this. I have to go like this. I gotta go registered post types. Get post types. This should just give me all the post types, right? This is gonna die, but whatever. It should just give me oh, you would do that, wouldn't you? Print R. I need a keyboard. Yeah, it's the keyboard's fault, right? It's not me. But okay, so we got all the post types in here. It's a lot of post types. We don't need half these things in here. It's funny because I cannot remember. If I want to get all the public post types, that's what I want to do. I knew there was a thing in here. Oh, true. Okay, that's what I want. So I pass an args array and say public. That's what I want. Array, and I say public because this is the only stuff that we care about. It's true. Now this should just show me post page attach. Oh, really? Oh, do I have to run it? Probably have to run it. Probably have to do this in an init, right? It's probably too early. So I go add action init, and then I go function. I'm gonna set this to like, gonna be like PHP max. Is it int? That's what I want. I want it to run this so late. Is that right? Int max. There it is. So just have that run stupid late and see what happens. See what happens. There we go. That's all I have to do. That's all I have to do. Okay, so now I've got all those things. And now what I want to do is I'm going to be able to get... okay, so this should be... Okay, so I should be able to now... I'm going to say... So what I have to do is I have to add a filter to each REST endpoint to add our custom query params. That's what I have to do. Okay, so I'm going to just steal this. I don't have to do it here. I'm going to do it down here, right? So I'm going to add this filter. This filter is going to get me all this stuff. And then from inside this filter, I should have, I'll be like registered post types equals interesting. I'll do it this way. So I just need the names. I don't really need much else. Right. and then then I can get rid of that. And then, so I should be able to go like this. I should say for each register post types as a type. Do that. Oh my god, that's exactly right. That's amazing. Okay, but I have to add this function. What is going on here? Oh, I'll do it. Okay. So, okay, cool. Just go in there. Because I'm going to add this filter. So I just need to add this function here. I call it, this function is going to be called ask, do this. And it's going to be like that. And then I'm going to just steal basically everything that's inside this. And add it there. And I should be able to get rid of this now. I'll just comment that out for now. Okay. Okay, so that should do that. So nothing should change on this side in here. Is it working? It's working, okay. So nothing should change in here. Let's grab this. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna set, I'm gonna do a, okay, I'm gonna choose meta, stream duration. I'm gonna set it to 0. Why is it doing that? That's an issue. I'm gonna remove that. So this is gonna be 0, 0, 30, 0, 0. So we got 2 of those. Great. So that's working. I don't think there's any other post meta registered for anything else. Like pages don't have anything registered, right? So, oh, that'd be interesting. I wonder if that would break everything. Switch this to post. Yeah, it's trying to, okay, I need to do some cleanup. I had to set this back and that'll work. But when I change the post type, this is not getting removed. That's sort of that's one thing I'm gonna have to figure some stuff out. Stream date. I have a stream date in here somewhere. That's what I have. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so that's got 2. So and or there we go. So that's all is continuing to work. So that's super awesome. Now let's look at the front end. That should work, right? Because I got 2 here. Now we hit and should only get 1. Update that. Come back over here. Should get 1. Okay, so that's working. Great. All right. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna just get rid of this. Cool. I think that's probably a good place to kind of stop. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will chat at you later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more content about Gutenberg and WordPress development.